Welcome back, everybody, to this Pokemon SoulSilver playthrough. This is part 8, and we're once again traversing through the Union Cave, doing a little house cleaning there. Oh, that's right, I wanted to actually look at the information for the egg, just to see how far along it was to hatching, because, well, truth be told, I want it to hatch, okay? Let's just put it that way. Alright, so a little bit of magic of video editing, of course. You know, I was actually getting people that were saying, like, you know, playing with Mui, you don't really say move as much as you used to. Well, I will now, I promise, okay? It's not that I really forgot about it, I just sort of, I didn't really think about it. You know, I just figured, like, I mean, I said it so many times in Super Mario Galaxy 2, I figured that maybe it was just a little bit, you know, getting a little tired now, so I just figured I'd give it a little rest. But now it's rested and refreshed, so it's ready and raring to go. Okay, that's pretty weird. Alright then, so this guy actually was, like, in the original Gold and Silver, he was at the bottom left of the Union Cave, which would actually take you to that underground part that I found in the north area where I found bats and video games. And yeah, like I explained in the last video, they changed it around, and I was really confused. As you saw, I walked past that fire breather, so I was like, what? Anywho's, first Slowpoke of the playthrough. Slowpoke. Wow. What can I say about this Pokemon that hasn't already been said? I mean, it is legendary. That's all I can say. It is It's big on the internet, I gotta tell you. It's got memes around it. I don't really know which memes, but I'll probably figure it out. Anyways, yeah, that was another thing. Corey used the name Slowpoke as one of his Steam names for TF2 and all that good stuff. So yeah, this guy, what is he oh, now I cannot remember what he is. It was like, I swear it used to be Pokenerd, but or maybe I'm just thinking of something else. Oh well, now I'll find out. As Bats in Video Games gets another level up. This is always good. Oh, sweet, and you learned Astonish. That's actually kind of a good move. Pokemaniac, right. I could have sworn that they were called, like, Pokenerds or something. Or, like, I can't remember. Anyway, I'll probably have an annotation. Alright, so more Wild Bat... God, Geodude. Alrighty then, so let's get to some information. I didn't read any information in the last video, so I'm gonna have to pick up where I left off in part 6, where I was speaking of the one guy, Shigeki Morimoto, talking about the remakes of the games and having to respect people's feelings about the people who play the old games. Oh yeah, and also a level up for Fireball, but don't tell anyone. Oh yeah, oh, before I get to the information for just, like, I stopped there and I was just kind of like, crap. Because in the original games, the fire breather was pretty much right outside the exit of the Union Cave, and I remembered that I passed by him. And I was like, ah, damn it, now I'm going to have to go through all this wild Pokemon battle and such. Okay, there he is. I almost got to him. Oh, of course I got to pick this up. It's a Great Ball. Yeah. They still haven't stopped being pretty great, so that's great news. Oh, I love this. Zubat Supersonic keeps confusing his Pokemon. He's pretty upset about that. Why don't you take a wild guess as to what I decided to do in my first attack? Supersonic with my Zubat. Of course it missed. Alright then, so first coughing in the playthrough. He's using poison type attack, but luckily, Zubat won't get poisoned because he's half poisoned, so you know that all works out. Alright, getting to that information. However, Morimoto also said he needed to make sure that the games would feel as new games to players who had been introduced to Pokemon in recent years on the Game Boy Advance or the Nintendo DS. Casual gamers. An in-game author surrogate of Game Freak's president in Celadon City states that the team strive to make a game that would appeal to players with fond memories without redoing the same thing, quote-unquote. And yeah, I do have a lot of fond memories of this game. He also states that making the game was a rewarding challenge. HeartGold and SoulSilver introduced many new features that were not included in the original Gold and Silver. Several of these features came from the previously released Nintendo DS Pokemon games such as Diamond, Pearl, which came out in 2006, and Platinum, which came out in 2008. Yeah. Because, you know, they got to get the release dates down, and, you know, because if they don't have that, then, well, they're not a very reliable source of information, then are they? They don't have everything. You know, who's going to believe them if they don't have everything? I know I certainly wouldn't. Alright then, so a little bit of magic video editing, super speed this. There's actually apparently a pretty long stretch of this. So we're in for the long haul. Let's read some more info. Marketing and release. An initial rumor started in early May 2009 that Nintendo was planning a remake of Pokemon Gold and Silver after the Japanese television show Pokemon Sunday ended by announcing a quote-unquote world-exclusive first announcement that would be made on its next show. Chris Pigna of OneUp.com speculated that this alluded to a possible remake of Gold and Silver for the Nintendo DS due to Gold and Silver disco balls hanging in the background. Pigna further reasoned that this would be consistent with the previously released titles Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, which were enhanced remakes of the Pokemon Red and Blue. Several days later, Nintendo officially confirmed that Gold and Silver were being remade as HeartGold and SoulSilver and released their official logos. Alright then, so another fancy level up for Zubat. I love the fact that I was able to indeed confuse his coughings, because, you know, that totally made him rage. And so I was just like, you mad? Yeah, I got him with that one. Alrighty. So I really stuck it to that fire breather. Yeah, breathe that. Or something. I gotta work on a fire breather related pun. Mirror match! Zubat versus Zubat. What will happen? Oh. That's pretty anticlimactic. Alrighty then. So I guess we're gonna be just walking straight. Oh, Pokeball. Crap. Alrighty then. I swear, you know, this is why I hate caves. You can't walk 2 steps without getting a wild battle. Oh, I actually fought that Rattata without getting a wild battle. Ridiculous. Alright then. So, oh, an awakening. Yeah, I actually used one of those, so, you know, works out. Oops. Yeah, don't miss the exit there. Okay. This is new. Route 33 now has rain. That was never in the original. Alrighty. Oh, look, 2 apricorn trees. A pink one. I love that noise. And, of course, if I just move 1 space to the... God's sake. And a black one. Pop. Pop goes the apricorn. Alrighty then. So that, strangeness aside. Yeah, I got too tired to explore the whole thing, so I came outside. I wonder how many people have actually done that. You know, they go through the cave and they're just like, I just want to move through. I'm not going to really, you know, search for everything, find everybody. Look at this guy's name, Hiker Anthony! He's the most awesome hiker in the game! I called it! And you know why? Because he has a brand new Pokemon that we have totally never seen before. If I could actually select a Pokemon. There we go. Now I'm on the ball. Rock Polish. One of the new attacks, or moves, I should say. Very interesting. Makes Rock-type Pokemon a little less useless because, well, it buffs up their speed, and, well, they don't really have good speed to begin with, so Rock Polish doesn't really help too much, but it helps a little bit. I mean, if the other Pokemon is slow, then that works out. Okay, then. So... Oh, yeah, you know, I was getting a few people, actually, who were saying that I should say my Pokemon's nicknames more, instead of just saying, like, what actual Pokemon they are. I was actually surprised by that. I felt like I was saying their nicknames enough. You know, I kind of wanted to alternate between the two. But, yeah, here we go with a brand new Pokemon for this playthrough, Machop! I love his pose. That is, like, so epic. That is such a superhero pose. That is great. I love what they did with Machop's sprite in this game. That's so cool. I'll never forget in the first generation how weird he looked. Like, his ribs didn't look normal at all. Whoa, you got more zip than me. Good going, Anthony. Well, thank you, Anthony. You are welcome, Anthony. I take that as a compliment, Anthony. Alrighty then. Oh, that's right. He wants my phone number. But you know what? We're going to stick to the plan and not do that. Well, that's just... Okay. Apparently he's an emo hiker. Not cool. Oh, yeah, this said new sort of cutscene. Yeah. Team Rocket, you say? thud. Oh, God. Hey, he pushed that old man. What the heck is your problem, mister? What do you have to say for yourself? Nothing's going on. Am I not a good Samaritan? Oh, those crazy rockets. Probably my most favorite of, like, the villainous teams that were introduced in, you know, all sorts of the different generations. Most likely because it's the first of the, you know, the teams, and so, you know, I sort of have a thing for nostalgia. I just sort of think that, like, Team Rocket's the best. I was so bothered when in the show, how, you know, when Ash got to the Hoenn region and he met, you know, Team Aqua and Team Magma, how they, like, Team Aqua and Magma made Team Rocket look like an absolute joke. They made them look like a sideshow, okay? Like, I was just baffled and a bit bothered because I was like, why? You know? I mean, why can't they just seem like they at least have some sort of equal footing in the sort of, you know, criminal world, I guess? But no, they gotta get the new guys over, you know? Team Aqua and Team Magma, these are the new badasses of the show, and you better not mess with them or they'll just... they'll yell at you. You know? That's what they do the best. They like to proclaim that they're gonna change the world and do all this sort of crazy crap, and you know what? Nobody's gonna stop them because they have lots of good Pokemon. Except when one single 10-year-old child comes and destroys them single-handedly. How do you explain this? It's a video game. What can I say? Alright, so I decided to buy a brand new fancy thing. Honestly, I could have sped this up, but then I figured, like, the video would be kind of short, you know? Then I don't get to talk as much, and what can I say? Talking is good times. Focusing its attention on you. Okay, then. So, yeah, like I said, I bought a brand new ball, a net ball, and I'm sure I'll be using it sometime later, but until then, that's it for this part of the SoulSilver playthrough. Join me in part 9, where I'll be exploring a little bit more of Azalea Town. See you all next time. Zubat.